All right. It was a good day.
Yeah.
Hope you guys had a good week. We are back for another episode of Bitter and Sweet. So I like doing bitter first. So I like ending positive. Do you want to go first for bitter?
Sure.
Okay.
I think this week my bitter and sweet both revolve around the same thing. So earlier this week, it was time to get Kai to sleep, and she just would not listen. I don't know what it was. Would not listen. Fought everything we said, and then as soon as we say go to timeout, then she'll want to do it. And it's like, okay. She'll say, I'm ready now. And then we say, okay, you're ready. Go try it. And wouldn't do it. And then go back to timeout. And things like going to the potty took like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was to the point where after brushing her teeth, it was like, okay, we don't have time to do anything. You're just going straight to bed. No story, no songs, no anything. And it was to the point where we just had to let her just sit there and cry all night until she cried herself to sleep, because it had gotten just really bad.
And she cried for like,
Hour
at least over an hour, just screaming and crying.
So yeah, I like story time. I like reading to her. I like being able to play the game while she brushes her teeth. Things that she likes doing as well. So having to do that was kind of bitter.
Yeah, I agree. That was like last couple of days were really hard with just like that. I think my bitter, like I think that's a part of my bitter, but I think overall it was just another just like hard week. Um, I think I've just been feeling just like it feels like the weight of the world, like everything just feels so heavy and hard and stressful and you know depressing and like grief and sadness and stress and anxiety, like all the feelings seem to be like all at one time. And I know like a couple of days ago and I just had like a breakdown on the couch because it was like everything, it's like I was feeling everything all at the same time, and just like it like came out as like tears and just stress. And so I think that's been just not like ideal, I guess. Just feeling just stressed and heavy and just from I think from my students passing, as well as like that day that I like broke down and your mom called somebody else passed, just like so much like death, and then just like on top of like not being able to kind of like do things we would normally do, it just feels tough. So I think all of that is kind of my bitter. What about sweet?
So yesterday night, it was like a complete 180. It was like, okay, it's time to go potty. See if you can be a big girl. She went to the potty by herself. It was like, no, daddy, I don't need your help. Closed the door, went potty. You can hear her. Wiped herself, and you can hear her washing her hands. And then she's like, okay, all ready, all clean. And after that, we had time to play the toothbrushing game. We got to play that and everything. Brushed her tongue, flossed, story, and everything was going smoothly. And she was smiling and happy. And she saw that I was happy. And so she kept asking, are you happy, Daddy? And I was like, yes, this makes me so happy that you're listening.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it makes me really, really happy. It makes me want to do more things for you. She's like, oh, thank you. So yeah, last night was awesome. As far as getting her ready to go to
Yeah.
bed and getting her in bed, it was smooth. Like the time it took earlier in the week to go potty, we did everything,
Yeah.
including story and putting her in bed. So
Yeah. And tonight wasn't so bad. Like,
no, the last night was just wow.
amazing. um, I think for me, sweet has been the weekends. I think like taking time to like do stuff together. Even yesterday, like I know you don't like going shopping, but even yesterday when I was like, let's go to a couple of stores and get Kai some pajamas because she is like outgrowing everything. Um, but you went and it wasn't like a like like how I always say like sometimes you have like a stank attitude about like you don't say it but it's like your vibe is like ugh and then it makes me not want to like do stuff. It was cool. Like we went to the stores, like you like helped look at stuff and like made sure Kai was like not doing crazy stuff while I looked at stuff and today today hanging out and doing our little experiment and just I really feel like we are like the time we're making for each other for the weekends that we hadn't been is like feels like rejuvenating, I guess. Like it feels like they're positives and I feel like uh it's making me kind of like go up like more like positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I feel like the weekends in general have been uh more positive. So so that feels good. Feels sweet. I think the next thing is me convincing you to let us go on a mini vacay.
We'll see.
Okay. Well, that is our week. We're so glad you spent your weekend with us. I think we're both a little tired.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd love to hear about your week and hear about your bitter and sweet moments. Make sure you drop them in the comments. If you're new and you have not yet, make sure you subscribe. We love to spend our weekends with you. Other than that, we'll see you next week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.